Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is said to end the Skywalker saga and the sequel trilogy itself by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. So, what's really great about Episode 9 is that we do know that a lot of work is going into this movie by Disney, Lucasfilm, J.J. Abrams, and Chris Terrio, as well as everybody else on board over at Disney and Lucasfilm, in order to truly satisfy a majority of Star Wars fans around the world. You know, this movie is not only a very important movie to the sequel trilogy, but it's also a very important film to the entire Skywalker saga, as it will bring all the 8 films that come before it to a close. Now, what's really intriguing is that John Williams, the man who has been making the music for Star Wars ever since 1977, has actually seen an early cut of Episode 9, and actually has expressed that he is very impressed with what he has seen for the movie, and that a lot of fans are in for a big surprise and a big treat if you guys are into the prequels and the originals. Now, additionally, alright, what the Times had to say when they spoke to John Williams and what they had to say about Williams is this, when he saw the early cut of Episode 9. Now, Williams beams when he talks about watching an early cut of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, which will bring the 9-film space saga to an end this Christmas. He likes what he has seen very much, and has so far written about 25 minutes of score in about a month. So basically what that tells us is that John Williams has already written 25 minutes worth of music for this movie. Moving on. So John Williams has to say about this, about his music and how he feels, working on the movie and working on the music, etc. I don't write any better than I did 30 years ago. Maybe not as well. I probably know more than I did 30 years ago, but I have less physical energy. I can't take any of this terribly seriously because I'm a musician standing on the shoulders of what people have done in other centuries of music. So, what's really great about all of this is that, separate from the Times, John Williams expressing how, he's very impressed with what he has seen, he likes what he has seen very much, and that this movie is really going to satisfy a lot of fans, and that people are really in for a big surprise and in for a big treat when it comes to Episode 9. So, like I say, guys, John Williams is a great man. Unfortunately, we do know that this is probably the last movie that he's going to be working on, as he won't be working on the future Star Wars films based within the new Star Wars trilogy. It's likely that he's going to retire from Star Wars after The Rise of Skywalker, as the rumors that we heard about a couple of months ago. So, with that being said, guys, this movie, like I say, this film really does determine the future of the Star Wars franchise, and what I'm hearing from John Williams not only excites me, but it really does give me hope. John Williams didn't really say much about The Last Jedi while they were making it, or doing anything around those lines, but for The Rise of Skywalker, it sounds like he's very hopeful. I mean, this is a man who literally came out on a podcast and said that he really doesn't buy Rey being a nobody or Rey's parents being nobodies. He doesn't buy it. He thinks that there is more to the story that will be told in this film that's really going to connect to all the past Star Wars movies, which is great. So, we do know that J.J. Abrams and John Williams are very close. They work very closely with this movie, and that they are really trying to do something very special with the film. A lot of new themes are actually coming into play for Episode 9, such as the Skywalker theme that's going to be a part of the upcoming trailer that will be unveiled over at San Diego Comic-Con. It's said to be a piece of a mixture of themes of Kylo Ren, Leia, and even a new one for the character of Luke Skywalker. So, I digress. The thing that I have to say about Episode 9 is that we do know that this movie really has a lot to offer. It's said to be a movie that has the most Star Wars planets out of every single Star Wars film to date, as well as the most characters in every single Star Wars film to date as well. And that, to me, I think speaks volumes. It tells us how massive this movie really is going to be. And when J.J. Abrams was actually talking, I believe it was on Good Morning America, if I'm not mistaken, when they were asking him about, the length of the movie, the running time, he teased, he literally teased, it could be anywhere from 5 minutes to 4 hours, and that's what he had to say. So, hopefully this movie, at the very least, is going to be 2 hours and 45 minutes, or maybe even 3 hours at that, kind of like Avengers Endgame. After all, Avengers Endgame stood at, 3 hours and 2 minutes or something like that? It was great. And I think that for a franchise like this, such as Star Wars, to really, have a film that's going to go out with a bang, and to end the Skywalker saga, and to leave that family and bloodline behind forever, at least according to Disney as of right now, they're done with this for good. I think that they really do need to make this movie a very long film in order to really accomplish a lot of the things that they aim to do in Episode 9 in a very even and paced manner, if you will, right? So, with that being said, guys, I mean, J.J. Abrams, I have a lot of trust in him. I do have a lot of hope in him. Crossing my fingers that he's going to really knock it out of the park and do something quite spectacular with this movie that's going to leave us talking for years on end, you know, about this movie and looking back at it as a classic. Again, I've always expressed this, that I believe that this movie really is going to be the Revenge of the Sith of the sequel trilogy, meaning being the best of its current trilogy. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to morning.